Good.
Yeah,
Welcome everybody to our session with Prata Health and also CPRC on the Mysejahtera booking system that will be launched very soon in the next week. My name is Dr. Aziria. I'll be the moderator for today. The objective of this session is to understand the navigation of Mysejahtera booking system, and also to explain on the conduct of our simulation exercise during the trial period, which we will start by next week on the 6th. And after that trial period, we will be doing a real booking slots allocation starting from the 24th of January to 2022. So we'll be walking you through that planning, right? So for today, we will be having a briefing on the MyBus booking management system by the CPRC Mysejahtera team. Dr. Joanna, you're in this call, and Dr. Buganes is here as well. And then followed by the briefing on the implementation of the MyBus booking system by one of our project managers for the vaccine program, which is Puan Nur Hafiza. And last but not least, we will have a Q&A at the end of the session. Right, so without further ado, I would like to invite the team from CPRC to do the briefing for the MyBus booking management system.
Thank you, Doctor. Let me share my screen. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Joanne from CPRC. So right now, we'll just go through the flow of the inventory site for the future rollout of the booking system. So we'll just do a short training today. So first, this is the MyBus check-in page. So we would log in using the email address given. Okay, so once submitted, the new features that we can see in this page, this homepage, is the booking management system, as well as the My Account settings. So when we click into the booking management system, they would request for the authorization code. So we can just insert that. So this code is the same code that all PPVs use in the Add Vaccine function. Okay. So once it is done, you will receive a pop-up notification instructing you to set the offered vaccines available at the particular PPV. So you can click OK. And then it will bring you to this page, My Account Settings. So when we reach this page, we can select the PPV that we want. So for instance, you can select more than one. So now I'll be selecting PPV. And then we need to also select the available vaccines that particular PPVs offer. For example, we just select a few. Okay, so following that, the number of slots, slot duration, these are all default settings, which can be customized according to the capacity of the PPVs. All right, and for the start time, we can either click this clock icon and we can select the time, or we can just manually insert the timing here. Okay, once this is done, we click save, and the records will be saved. So we can then go into the booking management system. Okay, insert the authorization code again. And we'll be able to see this calendar. So if we see this calendar, it is all empty and no appointment has been saved or released. So when we reach this page, we can't save and release the appointment for today, for the exact date, and also 7 days from today. We can only start from after 7 days. For example, we can't do on day 7. This notification will pop up, but we can start doing it from the 8th onwards. Okay, so when we go into this page, you will need to add the number of vaccines available for that day. So for example, Pfizer, just put in a figure. Okay, when this is done, it will be auto-populated in the table below equally according to the slots that we have chosen. So as mentioned earlier, the total slots of the day can be customized. So if you want to make it to 6 slots, you can do so. And for the slot duration, it can be 1 hour, 1.5, or even 2 hours. Okay, so all that is gray in color, those can't be edited, but you can always edit the starting time. For example, if it's lunchtime or something, you can just change it. Yeah. Okay, and it is supposed to auto change at the next time. Okay, so once this is done, and then you have two options, which is to save and click save and release. So when we save, we just click yes. Okay, so we click save and then click yes. Okay, so there'll be a pop-up if you want to go back or to go to the next day. So if we click go back, you'll be able to see the calendar and it will be booked here. So it is not in green color. It means that the slots are not released for to the public yet. So when we click on it, you can still edit if you need to edit. And once you have confirmed with the total available vaccines, you can click save and release. Okay. So once this is done, we can't amend anything. So it will be in green color once the booking is saved and released. So when you click it, you will have this notification that you will not be able to amend appointment details. All right, so if we go to the next day, on the 9th, we can either copy from the previous working day. When you click this, it will copy everything. So you can choose to remain with the previous day, or if you need to make any changes, you can do so. All right. Let's say it's a public holiday or you're not working on that day, you can mark it as a non-working day and that day will be blocked. You won't be able to insert anything in. Okay, but let's say it becomes a working day back again, you can just click this tab here, mark as working day, and you'll be able to insert all the values again. Okay, so here we can choose to go back if you want to view the calendar, or you can go to the next day to make the next booking. Yeah, so that's about it, about this booking system. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Joanna. So next, I would like to invite Puan Nur Hafiza from Prota Health to be presenting next on the implementation of the booking system for PMPs. Puan Nur Hafiza, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Azhar. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this MyVas booking system training session. So I I think just now the MySPRC Dr. Jana has presented how to navigate the system, but now I will continue and explain a bit more about how to implement, how we're going to roll out this booking system. So these are the important dates, the implementation schedule. So on the 29th, 31st December and 4th January next year, we will have the training sessions. And on the 6th January, the system will go live. And from 6th to 9th January, provider will fill in the booking slots for starting the week 17th to 23rd January. So this is a simulation exercise for training purpose. So the deadline is on the 9th of January. This is to basically the provider can have a look on the system and can start filling in the booking slots. Okay, and during that period, 6 to 10 January, we will verify the booking slots fill, where you need to fill according to the capacity that's been approved by Protect Health and also JKN. So any incorrect slots will be communicated, and if let's say that's incorrect, the Mysejahtera team will replace with the capacity agreed, and we will communicate back to the providers to make sure that you have, next time you will fill it the correct way. And from 11 January onwards, provider will fill in the booking slot for the week 27 January to 31st January. And this will be the actual slots that Mysejahtera will use to push as appointment. So the deadline for this is on the 16th of January. So a bit of some general principles. So you fill in the booking slots based on capacity agreed with Protect Health and JKN. So for example, if Clinic A, your dose per week is 132 dose per day for 7 days, please fill in according to this agreed capacity. Because JKN, the one that supply the vaccine, will only supply according to capacity agreed. So secondly, you need to fill in the booking slots according to schedule agreed with Protect Health and JKN. So if you're operating from Monday to Sunday, that's 7 days, you need to fill in 7 days. Okay, and then third, you need to fill in the vaccine type according to vaccine given by PSV. So if you see just now, you have different types of vaccine, but only put in those vaccine type that you have collected from PSV. Okay, and then do not fill the private purchase vaccine type in MyVast account under Protect Health, because this is a breach of agreement. Our MyVast account is only for public purchase, government purchase program. Okay, so finally, please inform if you would like to change your capacity, schedule and operation days for us, to us, so that we can coordinate with JKN regarding the vaccine supply. So you need to communicate with us first that you would like to increase your capacity, and once it's approved, JKN has always also need to approve, because they will need to check on the vaccine supply. Then once you get our approval, then only you can fill in the booking slots with the new change of dose or schedule operation days. Okay, so this is some few examples that I would like to demonstrate. So for example, Clinic A, you have 130 dose per day with operation hours 8:30 to 5:30. With break at 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. So you will put in 132 doses. If you receive Pfizer, so you insert doses in multiple of 6, and you can create slots. You can play around with the total slots for the day and the slot duration. So here you can see that this is total slots of 8. With a duration of 1 hour per slot. So it starts from 8:30 and finish till 5:30 p.m. And what the system will do, it will spread out the doses. So you'll see this will be auto-populated. So depending on the number of slots open, doses are sometimes not in multiple of 6. So please be aware of these limitations, and you will need to adjust in between the slots. So with the same doses and operation hours, 8:30 to 5:30, you can also have 132 doses of Pfizer, where you open only 4 slots with a slot duration of 2 hours. So you can see that there's only 4 slots, but the numbers of doses have increased per slot because of the duration 2 hours. And your break, if 12:30 to 1:30, you will need to from here 12:30, and then you will need to continue at 1:30. So you have 1 hour where there's no slots here. So these are 2 examples where clinic would have the same dose, but you can play around with the number of slots and the slot duration. So for example 2, you have maybe a clinic with have low number of doses that you would like to do maybe just in the afternoon, 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. So you can see, for example, you receive 24 doses of Pfizer, and you can also do a combination. Maybe you have people who want Sinovac, and JKN has applied you some different type of vaccine. So you can also, in this case, you will do just 4 slots with duration of 1 hour, where it will be spread out. The Pfizer will be 6 doses per hour, and Sinovac also, they will spread it out. So if let's say you want to have 6 doses in one go, maybe you will need to arrange outside the system. But currently, the system will spread the doses across the slots. Okay, and for those who might be doing PPV offsite, which has a higher number of doses, about 1,500 per day. So this is one example where you open up to 8 slots, where you be starting at 8:30 up till 5:30. Okay, so these are option A. Another option where you have option B, you can minimize the slots, which is 4 slots over duration of 2 hours, but you have higher numbers of doses over that 2 hours. So because of it's how you open the slots and the duration, we are giving you some tips of how to go about. So be mindful of the venue capacity and number of staff working daily when selecting slots. And we advise that you choose higher number of slots to spread out the vaccinee. So for example, previously you will have, for example, 1,500 per day PPV offsite. You will have, you see you have, you can choose either opening 8 slots or opening 4 slots. But if you want to avoid crowd control, it might be better to open up 8 slots where you have only, you can control only 188 is coming on per hour basis. So if you open just 4 slots, you will get a rush of 375 coming in between these 2 hours. And you know, Malaysian style, people willing to queue, and they might come early. So that's why we think that it's better to spread out the vaccinees. And booking slots is available as a guide, so you will need to readjust when necessary to minimize wastage. And usually, for example, towards the end of the slots, between slot 3 and slot 4, for example, towards the end of the day, this is when you will need to adjust yourself on how to arrange the vaccinees in order to minimize the wastage of the vaccine. Okay, and then as mentioned earlier, always double check the slot arrangement before clicking save and release function, because once you release, there's no way of changing it. So it's best to just click save first, and then recheck again, and only when you are comfortable and only release it. So any errors will cause inconvenience to change it back end, and the slots may have to be postponed to another date. Number 5, just to address the limitation, there's no function to collect vaccinees with same vaccine type in one session, so you will need to arrange outside the system, and there's no function to cater for waitlist registration, so that one also you will need to arrange outside the system. So this is about the timeline for booking system slots opening. So currently we are doing the phase 1, where provider will create the booking slots and Mysejahtera will push the appointments. So later on, then for phase 2, that is when your booking slots, it's linked directly with the Mysejahtera app user. So once you open the slots, the user will see which slots are available at their location. So currently we are in phase 1, where we want our provider to know first how to create the booking slots, and Mysejahtera will help to push. So that you're aware of how to go about and how to create the slots, you're comfortable, and to minimize error for in phase 2, where it's directly linked to Mysejahtera user. Okay, so this is our timeline, just sharing so that we can and operate better, where before you open the slots, if let's say you would want to adjust your capacity or doses or your operation hours, you need to at least inform Protect Health 2 weeks earlier, and usually you can change it for GPs, you can change it in the system, the website, and for other offsite or hospitals, you will need to email to us, and we ask if you can do it at least 2 weeks earlier, and then that's when we will communicate with JKN for their approval of new dose, because we will need to communicate to make sure that they have enough vaccine to cater for this dose adjustment. So as mentioned earlier, that the booking slots is you need to prepare 7 days in advance. So this is when once if the current dose is approved, you can use the current dose, and then you can fill in the opening slots for the whole 1 week appointment. And then 6 days before, we would submit the list and the capacity to Mysejahtera appointment team. And 5 days before the appointment date, Mysejahtera will push appointment, and we will send 4 days before, we will send like a notification letter to JKN for them to know the latest capacity of all our providers. And then post, what we do is we will check the booking slot versus capacity approved, and if PMP providers have filled in incorrect booking slot, we will make sure that we train you for how to fill in correctly based on capacity for next cycle of appointment. So so currently there's a safeguard during the phase 1, where if you have filled it incorrectly, Mysejahtera will still will do the matching. For incorrect, they will replace with capacity. Then we will do post-booking verification, where we will go back to the providers and inform them they have to make sure they fill in correctly next time, so that you can fill in the proper way. So for now, there is that safeguard, but once it's in phase 2, it will link to Mysejahtera users, so we won't have that safeguarding. So that's why we want you to know how to fill in the booking slots correctly. So so for final home message. So booking system will allow provider autonomy to sort of adjust the appointment slots. However, you can change your break time and all that. So however, follow your current capacity agreed with JKN and Protect Health, and ensure booking slots is final before release, and is the responsibility is at the provider once the system links directly with Mysejahtera app, which is in phase 2. So Protect Health will check the capacity approved versus booking slots to ensure compliance. And if any issue with Mysejahtera booking system, you can contact on these following numbers. So that's all from me.